Shalom Aleichem, everyone. A good Erev Shabbos. We are continuing here in Hachzeg's learning of the Pele Yoetz, day number 246, in the chapter of Halva, of loaning money to others, speaking about primarily to the Jewish people, although there is an option that you have to donate and to loan money to the non-Jewish world as well, which we're going to speak a little bit about more of that today. Certainly when we said that if you have two people standing in front of you, a non-Jew and a Jew, and they both need a loan, and if you loan to the goy, you can charge him ribis, you can charge him interest. If you loan to the Jew, you cannot charge interest, so you make no money off the loan to the Jew. We still say Yisrael Kodim, the Jew comes first. But we only said that to the person that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has blessed him with money, and he can make money elsewhere. He doesn't need to make money off the loan over here to the goy and get interest. He would only loan money to the non-Jew in order to fulfill the mitzvah, the way that we explained yesterday in the Torah of lenachri sashich, loan money to a goy with ribis, with interest. In that case, when a Jew himself is making money elsewhere, and he can afford to loan money to a Jew and not have to loan the money to a non-Jew and make money off of that, then Yisrael Kodim, the Jew comes first. But if you need to get some kind of revenue over here in order to support yourself, then we say, you come first, your life comes first. However, once we start saying, well, I come first, if I need money, I need money. So then the doorway opens wide. Everybody's trying to make a living. Everybody needs money to be able to survive. And someone who loves money, he'll never be satisfied by money either, so he always wants more and more and more. He finds within himself claims of why he's exempt from giving money to the Jew for free. I don't have the ability to loan money for free. I need money. How can I give $1,000 out of my bank account and just give it and let it sit in somebody else's property, somebody else's hands for the next month? If I take that money, I give it to the goy who's standing over here. He also wants $1,000. I'll make back $100. So I need that money. How could I survive? Don't forget, says the Pele Yoetz, the Rabbi Shalom is examining the hearts of a person, and he knows who could afford to loan money for free and who could not afford to loan money for free. Well, if he should since the nature of a person is self-preservation, he's always looking out for his own personal benefit, and his eyes are a bit stingy when it comes to his own money and the like. That's why the Torah is very sharp about its warning. The Torah warns us that during the Shemitah year, the 7th year, where the land lays fallow and you're not doing business, you're not making money, a poor man's going to come and say, "Can I please borrow $1,000?" Says the Torah, don't be a lawless individual. And don't say, well, I'm not making money, I can't afford. Make sure that you never stop loaning money to the Jewish people. Rabbi Chazal teach us, somebody who denies his fellow Jew a loan, he will not give him the money because he's worried about not having enough for himself. Says the Torah, says the Gemara, you're like avodah zarah, you're like worshipping idols. Ksiv kach, it says over here blial. It says over here you're lawless for not making the loan. Ksiv asim, it says over there yotza anashim b'nei blial. It says over there the people that went and they did avodah zarah, they're also b'nei blial. They are people that are lawless. So therefore a person should be shaking and trembling. How serious it is if you could loan the money and you don't loan the money to a Jew. Like it says, when the year of Shemitah gets close, even if you're concerned, maybe you're going to lose some money during the Shemitah year, do not hold yourself back from loaning money to another Jew. Ve'Hashem yishalelo. Don't worry, Hashem's going to take care of you. He's going to pay you back. He's going to make sure that money comes from elsewhere. Ubevadai, certainly, shakol yimashu adam, everything according to the person themselves. V'yadua shelakol davar afilu davar toiv umidas chasidus, anything that is good. And in midas chasidus, that means you're living a life of great piety beyond the letter of the law. Yesh gvul v'kitzva, there's boundaries of how far you can go. V'tzarich peles u'ma'oizne mishpat, you need the scales of justice. You cannot go too far to the extreme of one side. Meaning you can't be too generous in what you're giving away. You also cannot be too stingy in refusing to loan money to anybody else. You need to be right down the middle. Balanced, as we would call it. Because it's not like he says in Pirkei Avos, what is the straight path? Kol shi tiferes lo, he said, that is which is glorious to Hashem, v'tiferes lo min ha'adam, and is glorious to the people around you. I find favor in everybody's eyes. For Omar HaChacham, it already says in Chayvus Levavos, Michlal HaZehirus, Shaloi Teizor Harbe, when it comes to the midah of Zehirus, of being careful and particular and watching over oneself, not to step out and make mistakes, don't be too careful. And all the more so in this case, meaning if you're too careful, it is damn thing, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Be normal, be balanced, be middle of the road. And all the more so over here, it says, Nemar, Toiv ish choynein umalva, good is a man that is gracious and loans money. Yechalkel devar b'mishpat, make sure that your words are infused with mishpat, with justice. Certainly, it's not good if you're loaning out so much money that your principal funds in your bank account are going to be all eaten up. You won't be able to continue doing good for other people. And then you'll use up so much of your money loaning to other people, you're going to have to go take a loan yourself and get money from others. You can't do that. This is a straight path that a person should be passing through and going in. If Hashem has graced you with riches, unechasim and property, so more than you actually need for your livelihood, separate part of your properties and your possessions the way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has blessed you with. Or if you have a very good custom, whatever money you make, you always separate Maisa 10%, and you can give that to the people that are in need. So a portion of the Maisa, of the 10% that you take, use it so that you can be able to give out loans to a person with chen, with graciousness and chesed and kindness. Says the Pele Yoetz, you can use some of your meiser money to establish an account or a loan fund that you can loan out the money with. This is going to be like an everlasting principle of money that you can do mitzvahs with all the days of your life. Because the Chofetz Chaim speaks about this also in Avos Chesed. When you loan money, so the money always comes back. So it's always filtering. It's always being used by somebody else. So a loan, a gemach, a loan fund, the money that you're going to use for your own loans, if you keep giving it, you keep getting it back. You give it more. So you're always able to do more mitzvahs. And even after one's death, you're not free from mitzvahs. You can't do it in this world. But your righteousness will stand forever, eternally. Your righteousness will go before you, it will go after you, because the loan fund will continue even when you're not in this world. And you'll get all the schar, you'll get all the reward for the money that's being loaned, even when you're no longer around. Have a wonderful day.